level. He has his head up, ready to distribute. So it'll be interesting to watch him compete here. The two groups. Tom Fitz having the goal. Shake up, and we're ready to get it going in our inaugural broadcast here. Get cut. Pretty awesome.
At face-off X for ESD, we got Rooney at the X, Romano on one wing, center long on the other.
Ball forward, center on the wing, picks it up, and we're ready to go. Ball. It's a touch. Definitely got an open look. Finish. The ball. That ESD really needed to do a better job. All of a sudden, actually, the even right hand pretty much the entire time. Dodged his first man and then actually beat the slide as well. So to tidy that up defensively for the Woodlands. Here's Preston with the ball, moving it down the alley, down to Nakai Montgomery, the talented freshman. Little whistle on the field.
Some type of illegal procedure, not sure what.
Woodlands looks to clear the ball. Hayes moves the ball up to Sean McKenna, who legs it. Carries the ball down the alley.
So defense term I like to use is defend the first 15 seconds of every possession. Come over the midfield, look to take it to the not there. They'll settle down a little bit and get into their 6-on-6 set, but they are looking to push and transition and test you right away.
Yeah, and ESD, as we said, they've come out, shown us a little bit of a zone look. Going to force the Woodlands to be patient. With the zone, it's all about patient, completing passes, and then finishing on your settle. Finish. Inside look right there. Good look from McKenna to Biggie inside. The best way to get somebody out of a zone is to shoot them out of a zone, especially early in position. More be a good effort to break down to big capable goalie off the cage.
It'll be interesting to see how ESD adjusts offensively when you're not going to have the kind of up and down game you're used to, the track meet that they like to play. The possession time is going to probably swing in Woodland's favor, as you can see right now, to start this game. A zone is not an aggressive defense, and turnovers are probably going to be few and far between. Would hope so.
Here we go. McKenna has the ball, carries over the top. Carries the man to the limit of the zone. Head up, looks to make a feed, throws the ball away. And that's what the zone is going to force you to be patient. You can be rewarded, but it takes a concerted effort to do things the right way. Just like, there's another turnover. Another way all over against is a bad shot. All right, so we've pretty much seen 2 turnovers the first 2 possessions. Cleared the ball the right way. Preston has the rock here. moves the ball onto Sam Romano, and now it's ESD's second offensive possession. I'm going to look to see Richie Loftus for a portion of the time. They kind of go up top and then down low. Here's Sam Romano carrying over the top, looks back, now has a nice matchup on Canna. This Graham, pretty interesting. Two guys you're going to see for that year. Doing a great job. Here's Crow over the top, bearing down, dodging on Murphy, and he gets a goal.
As we said before the game, the ESD does have 3 guys at the midfield that can get to the rack. If you're not ready to go and slide quickly, they will make you pay. And you saw number 10, Preston Crow, do just that.
Yeah, Preston Crow, he gets the first one there. Tyler Murphy, good defense, but no one slide, really ready to go there, which is going to make it tough. Here's Rooney with another face-off against Brian Welling. Brings the ball down the field, can't regain possession. Welling with a tough ground ball, looking to carry up the alley.
Anthony, I love Brian Welling's game. An old-school throwback midfielder, can play offense, can play defense. Will get in your grill a little bit defensively, and good position there.
So now we've seen the Woodlands a couple of shots that kind of rotate. McCann Brian Welling over the top, moving the ball to Riley Spradlin. Spradlin moves it to Lowell down the alley. Riley has the ball over the top. Welling clears through, creates some space. Rooney on the ball. Cole Johnson now defending Tyler Murphy. There's another opportunity inside. Me to give the Woodlands a little bit of trouble getting their opportunities, but it's called finishing. It's not called shooting. So you gotta take advantage of those opportunities. So we'll see.
A lot of rule changes over the past. Anthony, loved to see it is the.
Against two massive scenes, receiving over the top. Start again. There's slide ready. Pulls the ball out, bangs it over to Loftus. Let him have a go against at the big boy. Loftus underneath. Take by Loftus.
Not the most fleet-of-foot attackman, but he can post up just about any defenseman in the game.
Wants to on the He's huge. He likes having people on his back hip. Here's Will Stroud carrying down the alley. Big lefty, gets inside and finishes. Again, one-on-one defense, no sliding. And the Eagles jump out to an early 2-0 lead. Two obviously offensively talented. Preston Crow, Will Stroud, used to Barry, Sam Romano, Richie Loftus, and this just goes to show the depth of this ESD squad. And it's time for an early timeout. The Woodlands, giving up two goals early. We're 5:26 left in the first quarter from the Patriot Cup. Today is our inaugural Stick Star Productions broadcast in conjunction with Versus Net Play Sports. We're coverage of T matchup between Woodlands and ESD. Currently up 2-0. Preston Crow, the legend, the old onion bag, the first shot of the game to give ESD the 1-0 lead, and then right there, Will Stroud was able to get to the rack again, isolating on a shorty. So this is a great game. This is a great game for the state. Great game for area, especially with the fact that we have it in stadium on the campus of SMU, really gives us the feel of what lacrosse at SMU might be like one day. Today, there's going to be several games. Our first game is ESD versus the Woodlands. Then we'll have a variety of other leveled games. We'll have a Division II TSLL game with Flower playing Highland Park 2. We'll see NCAA Division I game with Sacred Heart and Dartmouth. Excellent Division I action here in Dallas. See likes of Texas Tech, TCU, SMU, and A&M playing. And then here's Rooney with another face-off win, bringing the ball down the moves it in a kind of memory. So seeing position skew for ESPN is Montgomery with the ball, moves down low, likely behind here to Richie Loftus, the heavy dodger, fully capable. Nakai Montgomery going to take the ball behind a little invert. Montgomery is not scared to invert, and he's not scared to beat his man on impact. Right now, the Woodlands needs to make sure that they have somebody ready to go because they're going to need to slide. And just like that.
You mentioned it, Anthony. When he has all your ankle down defense, better than any game.
Yeah, just like Nakai Montgomery beats on impact. And it's 3-0 ESD.
I didn't think it would be a game plan for the Woodlands not to be sliding, but it appears on 3 goals of the game, nobody ready to go. Interesting to see. Maybe it's a slow slide approach. I don't know. Making ESD defensemen prove they can, ESD midfielders prove they can score, but getting punished for it a little bit right now.
There's Matthew Center with a big turn. Nice GB. Doesn't handle the ball well though. Ball goes off of Babin. And it's looks like it's going to be ESD ball.
Oh, that's a tough call, Anthony. That's a tough call. I think that was awful height.
Right now, the game couldn't have started much better for ESD. Understand though that it's a game of runs. As the game continues to play out, it's anybody's game. It's obviously the first quarter with 4:13 left here in the first quarter. ESD up 3-0. 3 middies getting the goal scoring going for the Eagles. Again, here's Nakai Montgomery bringing it down low. Naturally, obviously, not scared to put in his left hand as he beat his man on impact, got to the goal and finished lefty. ESD has valued their position, really hasn't turned it over very much. Here's Nakai Montgomery again. And again, sticks it lefty.
I think he's proven his ability to score now. I think you got to move a pole to him. I think he's earned it, or slide early, or get to his hands. Nakai Montgomery, explosive. First chance for me really to get a good look at him, and he is certainly impressive.
Yeah, he's the real deal in this age of early recruitment. He's a guy who will probably be coming off the board here. Right now, if I'm the Woodlands, especially on the defensive end of the field, I'm stressing to our guys our ability to take away topside. What we mean by topside is anywhere where there's more angle. If you're dodging from behind the goal and you're working upfield, goal line extension, which goal line extended to the sideline, is something that you want to take care of. Every step of goal extended is where shooting angle lives. And if you have any shooting, it's tougher to start. All right, here's a good job riding by Sean McKenna, athlete, headed to Michigan, turned the ball over on a check. They keep the ball moving forward. So defensively, you want to take care of topside. You don't want to let your man beat you topside because every step you take upfield, you get more angle. Timeout on the field by ESD. So let's just to recap real quick. ESD up on the Woodlands 4-0. Mini spring. One. It appears there wasn't a timeout. Refs are trying to figure it out, and we're trying to figure it out too.
Anthony, well, I've got you. Editor of Lacrosse magazine. For lacrosse. Lacrosse is the Texas. Get your Lacrosse magazine. And Anthony, who I have with me today, the pleasure of being with, is the editor of said magazine. Anthony, a couple players in the state that you're looking out for this year, seniors, juniors, sophomores?
In the state, there's going to be, here's Tyler Murphy turning the corner. Nope. A couple kids that we're going to look at. Obviously the kids that we've got in this game right here, with the ball to McCann, gets a shot and finish. Nice little goal there by McCann. They really needed that to kind of stop the Blues. In terms of the other teams that are out there, off the top of my head, I have to say that Mankey out of is going to be a dominant force 2014. Look at Capella. Nicholas Ruby has already had some sensational outings, one against the Woodlands. Dallas Jesuit, who we've got all the way at the top right now, another undefeated team who's actually taking on Capel today at 4. They're led by an all-star cast of players. Lee Bellin committed to Lehigh. Zach Kissick, 2016 committed to UNC. He's another great player. So, the state is deep. There's no lack of depth of talent here in the state. So it'll be fun to watch it all play out. There's another face-off win by the Woodlands. Dispossession. Got it. One the value possession. Here's Preston Crow carrying over the top. Maybe touched it up a little bit earlier. There we go. Thomas Fitz carrying. So what you've seen so far from ESD is a steady dose of midfield attack. They're isolating on the shorties, and they're taking advantage of them. Here's Nakai Montgomery again. They're pressing out on him, and we'll see how that works out, because as he beats his man on impact again, draws a slide. Probably could have moved that ball through X a little bit quicker, but he's definitely drawing attention. Here's Cameron Babin on Richie Loftus. What a look. Richie Loftus to Fitz.
That's what he does, Anthony. He posts up. To his credit, you mentioned it in your review of the Plano West game. As much of a Dodger as he is, his head is always up. He sees the field very well. He leans on his defenseman in a way that he can get his hands free to make passes, and you saw it right there. Good look in the back pipe to Thomas Fitz.
That's a skill young players really want to work on. Your ability to lean on your defenseman. Apply the pressure to them. A lot of times defensemen are looking to apply pressure to you. Right there, Loftus leaning, draws his attention, head up, and then gets one. Here's Gus Pinsino bringing the ball down. 6'3" attackman. Biggie moves the ball over the top. Sean McCann. Sykes is up to the task. Clearing pass, Aaron to Romano. Romano with a tasty round ball, one-handed.
I can't say enough good things about this kid, Anthony. His impact in the game comes in the form of a lot more than goals and assists. A phenomenal ground ball there. He plays defense. Usually he faces a shutoff. Right now he's got a pole on. We'll see how Woodlands does here. Last possession they elected to shut off Romano with one of the short sticks. They've got Kyle.
With the ESD, what's pretty is the secret to his success is hard work, and other ways. That's what practice all that. There's a whistle. That's the end of the first quarter with the Eagles up 5-1. Thomas, tell me what you've seen here this first quarter.
I've seen a great defensive performance by ESD so far. Woodlands has shot themselves in the foot a little bit, I think, in the zone, struggling as they did against Capel. We'll be interested to see how they adjust that going forward. Some offensively for the Woodlands, having one ready to go on some explosive dodgers for ESD.
Yeah, it's need to get the one. Need to get the one. That's important. Let's break down scoring for ESD. It's come from, not your cast of obviously everybody's talented on this group, but initially it's Preston Crow with the first goal, then Will Stroud, Ty Montgomery twice, stuck it left near side pipe, and then at the end, two over there to it's just finish lefty. On that last one, they had the one slide, but then you need two slide to get down the back side. You need to play defense inside and out. And what we mean by that is dunks on the puck. Romano, this shooter Barry, any of those guys score, and that's those.
You're absolutely right, Anthony. They've done a great job defending the knowns, like you mentioned, the Romanos, the Loftuses, the Shooter Berries, and EST has gotten some big production from some younger guys. Thomas Fitz, a sophomore. Where's he?
Junior.
Yeah. Getting some great
Zone for take care of the ball. Every pass is crucial. There by David, going to turn clear the well. To is
fantastic addition player, Brian Welling, with an absolute stride, getting up and down the field. Hits McKenna.
bangs the ball over to Casey for the dunk. Before run, if the next one here, center has the ball down there, kind of fans the opportunity. A face-off win on the ground ball. Looks like there was a procedure penalty, maybe a push in the back, and now ESD settles into off. Nakai Montgomery on the pole. Thomas Fitz now has a short stick. So now the two guys guarded by shorties are Fitz and Crow, and here's Loftus. Nice little pick. Now Loftus has a shorty on him, and that's going to be tough. Nice little adjustment there. The pick, the Woodlands to, how are you going to play the pick? Are you going to fight through the pick? Are you going to switch on picks? Right there, decided to switch on the pick. Little action, and Loftus had a short stick on him, able to kind of capitalize.
You mentioned before the game, Anthony, the ESD box influence. They are very comfortable in the pick game. You should see a lot of moving forward with some short sticks on some attackmen.
Here's Preston. Has a shorty. Now Nakai Montgomery getting topside and finishes again. That's a hat trick for the young freshman.
Right now, Anthony, the minute he breaks out of his dodge, I am sliding to his face. I'm having a guy ready to go 5 yards in front of his man on the crease, ready to slide to number 13. He is on fire. Brian Welling at the X for the Woodlands. and I've said it before, I cannot say enough good things about this kid for the Woodlands. Does it all, faces off, plays offense, plays defense, picks up tough grounds. I haven't seen him featured much on the defense of the Woodlands. You saw the one time that he started transition the other way, hockey assist, and a goal for the Woodlands. On a pressing crew transition the other way.
Here, Lowell moves the ball over to Welling. Moves the ball over to Stephen Cannon, sophomore, and it's dispossessed. Here's Gab Gonsalves carrying down the alley. Pretty average look there to the middle. He would have been better if he would have carried down the alley. And now here's Kyle Glazeman. Gab Gonsalves on him. Sean McKenna with the ball. Possessing. Welling has it now. Here's Lowell from 15. And the shot goes wide.
A promising sophomore in the cage for ESD, Charlie Sykes, came off a fantastic freshman year. Helped lead the Eagles to the state championship game, lost by 1 in overtime to our trial Mark.
Ball goes out. Look to clear it up. Here's Paxton Marks, another talented freshman for ESD. Joseph Rooney now has the ball, carrying in transition. Woodlands ball.
There's Brian Welling, number 9, making plays again for the Woodlands.
Yeah. Brian Welling is what we like to call a glue guy. He kind of does everything. Everything that you asked, he's kind of the glue of the team. Here with the ball, dodging hard, head up, throws the ball away.
We've seen to start this game here in the first half. The Woodlands is to play Tyler at both the field. Lowell is a little midfield. Dynamic guys who can play both.
That's another do. Murphy now carries the ball behind. He's guarding Gab Gonsalves. Head up, looks to the middle, thrown away. Sean McKenna with a laser goalie ball.
Woodlands has had some great opportunities. Haven't been able to put their shots on cage quite as much as I think they would like. Will Stroud carries in the middle of the field. And ESD's clearing struggles continue. Moving forward, the Eagles have got to do a better job clearing the ball. Not just one guy, but the Eagles favor clearing the ball now. 30 seconds to get it in on the other end.
There's Welling with a great assist again. Over to Casey, who finishes. Nice little dodge back cut. And it's it's tightened up a bit here. It's 6-3 ESD with 7:15 left in the second. Woodlands has outscored their opponent here in the second quarter. And it's what we expected. To kind of tighten on the offensive side. ESD's given up game. It's all about possessing, taking care of the ball, clearing it the first time. That's probably right now what Kennedy is showing there in the ESD huddle. Keith Tennell is probably telling his guy to take care of the ball. That side. Don't look. Don't look. Possession kind of play out, and then finish when you have the chance.
Keith Tennell, longtime JV and youth coach at the Woodlands.
Yep.
Very happy for him to be able to coach some of the guys he helped develop as youngsters.
Yes. KT and Al Christopher down there on the sidelines. Can't stress the impact that they had on the entire Woodlands program, especially at the youth level. Fairly dominant down there in the Houston area. And this is what they have to show for it. Woodlands probably the best opportunity for a South District team or anywhere outside of Dallas to win the championship in quite some time. And then there again, there's another turnover trying to get the ball up and out while it was a face-off. That was a possession that ESD had. Matthew Center overthrows Nakai Montgomery, and now they're playing defense again. Again, we said game of runs, and that's kind of Woodlands is going on theirs.
There's number 9 again. This guy is all over the field. You see the celly there, the emotional leader, little flex. Little flex from number 9, and rightfully so.
And, so that's 3 goals. The last 2, at least, have been as a result of failing to clear the ball the right way. Again, just to recap, ESD is now up 6-4. 66 left in the second quarter. Patriot Cup action. THSLL interdistrict play between the Woodlands and ESD. I'm joined here by Thomas Wood. And here's Jake Williams with the face-off. Moves it forward. And here's Kyle Glaseman.
Possession is not a bad thing. Woodlands has benefited from it right now.
Yeah, the Woodlands definitely has taken advantage of the possession battle here in the second quarter. And that's why they're on the page. They're still hanging out in their zone defense. ESD is, and there's a nice save right there. Don't want to take a push in the back there, but the push in the back on the Woodlands.
Coach Kennedy taking a page out of his basketball coach from his alma mater's playbook page out of his playbook. A little zone. Jim Boeheim, known for the 2-3 up there at Syracuse for a number of years. Coach Kennedy maybe gave him a call this week. Got a couple pointers.
That's it. Zone defense, has many monikers, but the ultimate equalizer is kind of what we like to call it. Here's another adventure in the clearing game for ESD. Get the ball down there to Rooney. And now ESD pretty much enjoying their first quality possession of the second half. Nakai Montgomery scored early in the second quarter. Scored early in the second quarter, but that was the last tally for them. Now it's 6-4. 3 goals have gone the other way. It was 6-1 when Nakai Montgomery last scored. So it's a game of runs, and now ESD's looking to stop the bleeding here a little bit. Move the ball through X. We have a zone look here maybe by the Woodlands. Here's Loftus carrying to the middle. Loftus always with his head up.
Carries with pressure better than most.
There's Barry with a shot. That's his first shot of the game. Hayden Stanifer up to the challenge, makes the save, and now it's Woodlands trying to clear it up.
Lacrosse, a game of runs, trying to stop the bleeding here a little bit. ESD is. Woodlands feeling some momentum.
A laser there by Hayden Stanifer in the clear. Woodlands now enjoying possession again. 6-4. Kind of a different game now. 2-goal game. That's after the way it started. That's all you can really ask for the Woodlands. They're back in it. Tons of time left. And then here's Brian Welling initiating, moving the ball to Lowell behind. Through X to Gus Pinsino, guarded by David Kerrigan. Over the top to Sean McKenna. Sean McKenna guarded by the talented freshman. And I believe, we have a little bit of a zone look here by ESD still. Murphy over the top, moves the ball to Welling. Welling is kind of been the ignition switch here for the Woodlands. That's a good defensive play there. Nice physical play. Preston Crow comes up with the ground ball, looks to carry out of the zone. Quick kid, big turn, moves the ball, head up, over to center. Center, an exceptionally fast sophomore, but again, doesn't take care of the ball in the clear. Loftus able to gobble up that ground ball.
That last possession for the Woodlands, in zones, a lot of times the middle of the field looks like it's open, and you can break your man to the middle of the field, but there is help there in the zone. And trying to run through two guys, I don't think is the answer.
There's Montgomery beating his man on impact, forcing a slide, carrying, moves the ball.
Progress for the Woodlands, though. There's that first slide, getting there, getting to Montgomery's hands.
There's Romano letting it go, rolling away. Loftus, Barry, Romano still off the tally sheet. Here's Loftus head up. Nice little finish, little end line look by the Eagles. Loftus distributing and Barry finishing.
That's what he does. Jack Barry, one of the most prolific finishers I think we've seen in Texas history. I don't know his career stats. I can tell you it's chocked full of a lot of goals, though.
Yeah, in the get buckets category, he's gotten roughly 1 million. That could be I could be wrong on that, but I think he's moving towards 1 million. Best crease finisher I ever saw in the state of Texas was Craig Nolan. Not sure if he's dialed in today, but just giving Craiger a shout out. Craig Nolan, a member of the 2003 U19 USA team, third leading scorer, pretty much a legend. But Jack Barry, I don't know, could be a little Craig Nolan reincarnate down here in Texas, and it's always been fun to watch him play.
As far as I can remember, Anthony, Craig Nolan was the first guy I remember watching and saying that guy is slick, from the state of Texas. A beautiful set of hair, blonde mullet hanging out of the back of the helmet. Pretty easy to recognize. Yeah,
definitely. And then he made his way up to play for the Ohio State. And, he was actually a freshman when I was a senior, I believe, maybe a sophomore. But back in my day, that was when there was 1 or 2 or 3 maybe NCAA Division I commits. Now we have 7 on the field. It's just fun to watch. And right now, Woodlands takes a little TO, I believe. ESD up 7-4, 2:25 left here in the first half. ESD was up early, 6-1, led by freshman Nakai Montgomery. And then, Woodlands battled back, and they fought back, made it a game of runs, brought it to 6-4, and then we just got Barry on the scoreboard right there, and now it is it's 7-4, tight game. ESD zoning it up. We'll see if the Woodlands has a little set look coming out of the half. It's a little bit tougher against the zone. A couple you can attack the zone. One is you want to just be patient, possess, finish your opportunities. But then you can seal men, you can seal rotation, you can attack it by drawing and dumping, create a little space, look to carry guys in and out of the zone. And here we go with a little adjustment by ESD. They shut McKenna off. And now it appears they're playing a little 5 on a die with one guy locked. Here's a little, the equivalent of a box and 1. There's just another guy on the field in lacrosse, so it's kind of a box and 5 on, or shut 1, 5 on a die. Nice little adjustment. Romano asked to do everything, now shutting McKenna. What you want to do here is you want to change shapes. Right now, the Woodlands, they're in the same shape. Oh, that's a nice little seal right there.
Savvy play by Sean McKenna coming down to set it.
Yeah. If you are locked off, there's a couple of things that you can do. Okay? Being locked off is probably the best compliment you can be paid. Okay? One, you can go pick. All right? See if they'll switch off against the zone. You're sealing. Or you put your man in a position to slide, which is going to be tough, or you can seal rotation. Nice little pick inside by McKenna. Biggie with a nice shot. And now tries to clear the ball. Head up. Biggie with another shot. Two nice saves there by Sykes.
Very nice. Lacrosse is certainly chess and not checkers. You see Coach Kennedy electing to come out and shut off Sean McCann out of the timeout when I can imagine the Woodlands was expecting a regular zone. Perhaps dialed up a play that was initiated by number 2, Sean McCann, and Romano comes out and shuts him off to close the timeout.
Yep. Another timeout taken off of that shot. Kind of been playing defense for a little bit. Wants to give his guys a rest. Sean McCann did a good job being shut off, but goes and then picks that or seals that bottom defenseman. It's hard to switch there. When you're sealed, you probably need to rotate on defense there. But that's tough. Need to communicate that pick is happening, and that's probably what Coach Kennedy, took a timeout, settle the troops, but kind of talk about that right there. That's again a pick. Where was that pick? That pick's at goal line extended. Right after, if you get a good pick there, you're now moving the ball above goal line extended, and every single step there is more angle, and that's where Nakai Montgomery buried 2 early in the first quarter.
Savvy seal there by Sean McCann. Veteran play.
So, as you're joining us for our inaugural Stick Star Productions presentation of some THSLL Division I action, we've got ESD up 7-4 on the Woodlands, 57 seconds left in the first quarter. And here's Gus Pinsino carrying the ball off the end line, moves the ball to Brian Welling, bangs it over the top, moves it to Welling, got to be ready to rotate there. Gab Gonsalves out on Gus Pinsino's hands. Again, shutting McKenna. There's a little step down look.
As tough as it is to say, as a defenseman, you cannot allow yourself to be sealed. That time, Sean McKenna came in and sealed Matthew Center. You got to fight through that, get over under that pick, and get out to that man. You cannot allow yourself to be sealed.
Murphy from about 12, and he finishes low to high. A little flavor on that.
A little smoke behind that one.
Yeah, now, you're watching the Woodlands execute some quality zone offense against ESD, sealing with the man being shut off up top. Nice little seal on the side, allowing Murphy a step down. Didn't get it the first time, then went back to it. Got it the second time.
Number 14, T. Murphy, headed to Fairfield. Fantastic talent. Great stick, great IQ.
Big ground ball here. Woodland's able to come through with it. Jordan Hayes. 13 seconds left. Probably a haphazard clearing attempt there. Romano gets the ball. Head up. Moves the ball. Rooney in tight. And there's Jack Berry with a little bit of flavor. But that's how it's going to finish up here at the end of the first half. We've got ESD up on the Woodlands, 7-5. Pretty much everything that we could ask for here at a beautiful day at Gerald Ford Stadium with the Patriot Cup.
6-1 to start the game. Woodlands bounce goes a 4-1 run of their own. You got to think they're happy with that, considering how things started here. Maybe some bus legs coming down from Houston. ESC certainly had the advantage here, rolling out of bed, their own beds this morning. Maybe partly what happened there at the beginning of the game with the 6-1 run by ESD, but Woodlands has bounced back well.
Yeah, it's tough to play against the zone. It's tough to play against the zone, but they're definitely executing now. Trying to bring our everybody back home, paying attention. Go ahead and if have any desire, tweet us some questions. We're at StickStarLax and at T Wooder. We'll get the interactive portion of our broadcast going. Questions, comments, concerns. Obviously, this is our inaugural broadcast, and we're just putting forth effort here. It's just fun something to get going, something to give people, within the state. If you're a Woodlands fan and you're down there in Houston, you can make it up for the game. We're bringing it to you. Or if you're a college coach and you're tuning in to watch Nakai Montgomery score 3 goals in the first half because you're trying to take a look at some quality talent, we've got that for you too. So we're just trying to have fun here. Right now you're seeing some of our advertisements. Stick Star Lacrosse, Texas United, and Dallas Select are our 2 programs. 2 select programs that compete nationally. It's I'm a lacrosse coach. I'm pretty lacrosse oriented. It's what I do. It's not terrible. And I'm joined here by Thomas Wood, legend here in the state of Texas. And we're just having a good time. So shoot us your calls. Actually, shoot us your tweets, and we'll get you dialed in. Thomas, what are you seeing here?
Well, first off, Anthony, thank you for allowing me to be with you today. Glad to be here, watching 2 fantastic teams. A lot of talent on display. As we mentioned before the game, 7 Division I commits altogether on this field. One of them on the sidelines. Foster Huggins is out, fantastic defenseman for ESD. But all things considered, I think ESD's held up well defensively against a stout Woodlands offense. The zone has been effective, I think, in large part. Woodlands is finding a way to execute against it, but a fantastic game, 7-5, 0-0 pretty much right now coming out of the half, anyone's game. Interested to see what happens moving forward.
Yeah, it's lived up to the hype. A rematch of last year's super regional in Houston. The zone has worked well for ESD early on, but now I think it's almost giving the Woodlands some extra possession time. Woodlands is kind of figuring out how they want to attack it. They're doing a better job. I don't know if I'd like to see Sean McCann shut anymore. He's proven to us that he can make quality adjustments, sealing his man, sealing the rotation, sealing adjacent men. Whenever you get a seal against a zone, that forces you to rotate. And ESD hasn't been able to rotate off of those seals yet. So we'll see. We'll see how they come out it. Obviously in the first quarter, it was highly successful. Now in the second quarter, kind of the Woodlands way, ESD has not maintained the possession because, the Woodlands is taking care of the ball. And, it'll be fascinating to watch this play out.
Quick question for you, Anthony. How much do you think scheduling comes into play, difficulty of schedule, amount of quality opponents you're having a chance to play as the season progresses and as we get into May during championship season?
I would say that you want to try and play the best quality opponents as possible. The Woodlands last year, some people would say that not playing a quality schedule at the end of the year really hurt them. Well, they were up on ESD for a lot of the game, and they lost one by a bucket. So that's pretty close, Now, obviously, playing good quality opponents makes you better, forces you outside of your comfort zone. I would say that nobody is taking a road trip like this in the state this year. Woodlands traveling up today, playing ESD, and then tomorrow, just in case they wanted to get another good run in, they've got the Rangers. All right. Now, thankfully for the Woodlands, Jesuit's taking on Capel today, which is going to be another quality matchup, which we'll be bringing to you live. We won't be live streaming it, but we will be live tweeting it, as the Stick Star Report is always taking care of you in terms of all of the news here in the great state of Texas when it comes to the Creators game.
Stick Star's got it covered, statewide coverage.
Yeah,
brought to you like never before. Really. It's great stuff for a Texas lacrosse fan like me and a alum of ESD to have these games live streamed, and just very thankful to you, Anthony, for making this happen.
I'm pumped. It's pretty awesome. Got to say that it's a beautiful day here in Dallas, Texas, and we just get to come out here and watch some lacrosse at Gerald Ford Stadium. Patriot Cup annual event here, which is something that people, especially in North Texas, should definitely try to get out to. Tons of games, tons of opportunity to watch this great sport at possibly the greatest venue here in the state. You can't ask for much more.
On the screen right now, a little Stick Star Lacrosse ad there. Shout out to Fred Ivy Stucker. That's him, isn't it?
No, that's Sean McKenna. There's definitely some of our guys running around out here. One of the great things, obviously, about getting to coach this game is, we run select programs, and our select programs, Dallas Select and Texas United, they bring players in from all over the state. So actually, a lot of these guys have had the opportunity to compete together. They're competing on the field, but off the field, right after the game, depending on how emotional this game gets, because all these guys are tremendous competitors, they're probably going to hug it out. Gab Gonsalves, Cinco, number 5, Preston Crow, Mr. Reddish, all those guys have played with, these Woodlands guys, and that's one of the great things about, our program specifically with Texas United and Dallas Select. We bring guys from all over the state to compete together under one state banner, and we're looking to establish precedent and compete at a high level, and I think we're doing that. So it's fun to watch them. They compete with each other in the summer, but now they're competing against each other, and they're trying to win state championships.
Certainly 2 contenders for that state title.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of other contenders. Again, we said today, later on, we are going to be over at the Dallas Jesuit versus Capel game. Capel, with arguably the biggest win of the early season, they defeated these Woodland Highlanders that we're seeing right now on the field at a score of 13-7, I believe, on the second day of their road trip down to Houston. Massive win for Capel under Coach Alex Poole. He's really got my alma mater moving in the right direction. It's a lot of fun to see, and Capel's trying to actually tally their first win against Dallas Jesuit in the regular season since they've moved back to the Division I ranks, and he's got them in a spot where they can do it. In goal, they've got Johnny Bob Jonathan Faree. You might remember Jonathan Faree from a couple years ago. He was a freshman against Jesuit, winning the state championship. He's all grown up now. It's a beautiful thing. He's a senior. He's going to be leading his Capel Cowboys out there. DP Lambert at the face-off X, going to put whoever Jesuit has out there. He's gonna test them, and then they've got a bunch of other guys. But right now we're dialed back in. ESD up 7-5. 30 seconds left. Thomas, what are you looking to see here in the second half?
Right off the bat here, who gets this first goal? 7-5, 2-goal game. Does ESD come out, pull away a little bit, or does Woodlands fight back and continue that momentum they had going in the first half?
Here's Jake Williams moving it forward. Solid GB. Moves the ball to Gus Benson now, and that's about as good as you could have asked for coming out of the halftime. Nice little jump right there by Gab Gonsalves. Didn't necessarily hedge, but he applied a little bit of pressure. Here's Biggie carrying the ball up the alley, looking for some help. Moves that ball through X to Gus Pinsino. Again, ESD's hanging out in that zone. Carries to the limit of the zone. They pass him. Move the ball up to McKenna. McKenna with a laser from like 17. Hits Charlie Sykes in the stick. McKenna is capable from scoring at that distance, but Sykes is a quality competitor. And just like that, average shot, and then the ball's coming the other way, and it's a goal for ESD.
A bad shot is a turnover, and with a team like ESD who loves going from defense to offense, they thrive off of it. In about 4 seconds, the ball goes from Charlie Sykes' stick to the back of Woodland's net. Jack Berry catches from 9, which inside 10, you might as well just count it with him.
Yeah, it's now 8-5 ESD. Everything was looking good there, but then a haphazard shot at best by McKenna. Sykes up to the task, and now it's ESD 8-5. Just like you said, Thomas, it's all about the next couple of goals. If ESD can get another one, they're gonna create that lead again. We've seen the runs. Woodlands is obviously capable of getting back to it. McKenna there dispossessed. Nice little look through to Murphy. Murphy carries, tries to bang that off hip. It's wide. Biggie looks to carry up off the end line.
I haven't called big number 6's number today. Gus headed to Furman. Tough matchup, but in this zone, kind of an equalizer.
Yeah, it's been interesting. We haven't called many of the high caliber committed talent's names. It's been a group effort, and that's what makes these. It's what makes these teams so good. It's the depth of talent. It's not their big guys are going to get it done. And they get it done a bunch of different ways. Whether it's picking up ground balls, drawing attention, moving the ball with pressure. Here's Murphy moving the ball. Oh man, that was an opportunity right there. That was a late rotation.
In lacrosse, coaches try to teach players not to pick up one-handed ground balls. Occasionally, you give guys green lights. Number 22 certainly has that green light. Fantastic off the ground. Great shot driving down the alley there. Don't want to shoot at the goalie's feet. Hayden Stanifer, smaller guy, that's his wheelhouse. And a great save. Big stop for the Woodlands.
Yeah, one thing you younger guys out there want to think about is moving the goalie. Okay, you don't want to just... obviously, if you're playing against an average goalie, you can just kind of throw it on cage to good spots and it's going to go in. But once you start to play against a more quality opponent, just throwing the ball at the goalie's feet, that's going to be a turnover. Just throwing the ball high, that's going to be a turnover. You want to move the goalie. Here's a nice little rotation by the Woodlands, a little attack rotation. Still moving around there, Anthony Big. Woodlands is starting to have some success against this zone. There's a look right there. Anthony Big. Anthony Good, Biggie, as they call him.
I think there's a soft spot attacking from the wings and behind, inside on the crease. They've had several looks from there, a couple goals. Good with a great set of hands and a nice finish.
Ooh, a little Chelsea dagger coming off of the PA here. Oh man, that was unfortunate. Sometimes refs just need to figure it out. Tom Fitzsimmons, veteran. And now, Woodlands here is possessing again. And this is where zone, the Woodlands has an idea of how to attack it. They've faced it now 2 weekends in a row. They're getting quality opportunities. Early on, they're having some issues. There's an opportunity right there. Shot. Right now, ESD's a little slow in their rotations on the when they're trying to rotate. So they're going to have to tighten that up on that last one. Also kind of gave up a little opening. Move the ball down 2x, clear out that alley, have a guy step down.
22 playing a little defense there, not afraid.
No. Moves the ball to the wing from distance. One thing that we haven't seen a whole lot of from either team is man up, man down. It's been a fairly clean game, which is nice. Here we go. Over the top. Adam Lowell looking to dodge. Winston Guillory defending. Cuts the middle. Little overlap there. Brian Welling over the top. Paxton Marks, freshman, passes his man to Winston Guillory. They push adjacent inside. Another quality look. Is that Casey again? 23. Trying to wait for him to get out of the dust cloud there. Yep, Casey again. Not sure who that was from. But just like that, Casey has a hat trick. And now it's 8-7. It's 8-7, and we've got ourselves a ball game here. 7:22 left in the first quarter. ESD up on the Woodlands, 8-7. And now the zone defense, at some point we might see ESD come out of it a little bit, but they need to tighten it up in the clearing game right there. But this is also a difference between ESD and the Woodlands right now. ESD is pretty much in their, I don't know, I would say maybe their second week. Oh, there's a little trip. Did they call it? Well, they called a loose ball trip. ESD, where are they at in their season? Well, they are 2 weeks into practice. SPC, kind of the seasons are different. A week and a half ago, Richie Loftus was playing goalie for the SPC championship soccer team for ESD, and the Woodlands has been practicing for all year, and there's another terrible turnover. Head up, Anthony Good, nice save there by Sykes.
Brian Welling on the attack in there, starting things.
So Woodlands is going to be a little cleaner than ESD. ESD's kind of a work in progress. There are some, schools of thought on when do you want to peak. Would you rather be perfect early or do you want to peak late? I think that you probably you want to execute early, but you definitely want to peak a little bit later on. ESD still has some time to clear a bunch of this stuff up. Still in their zone look. This is where they've had success, attacking from behind. ESD's doing a better job of being inside out. They bring it over the top. It's a healthy shot there from Gus Pinsino from distance, about 15 yards out.
In this zone look, Cole Johnson, number 23, is in charge of playing the ball behind and getting inside to cover. If Woodlands can get them rotating, specifically number 23 rotating off the crease, you've seen that soft spot open up right at about 5 yards above the cage. Cole Johnson is responsible for getting behind the cage, and in this case, Sam Romano sloughing down on the crease. There's good again, number 8, flashing inside.
There we go, over the top. Gus Pinsino with a laser. Inside out. You want to play it inside out. What Woodlands is doing a good job of, as Thomas alluded to, was they're carrying people out of the zone, and then they're filling the zone in behind, finding that soft spot. Just got to tighten up.
And we don't have live time stats, but possession, you got to imagine, is strongly in the Woodlands' favor.
Yeah, that's one of the downturns of playing the zone, is you kind of allow Woodlands to dictate. And right now ESD is, they're obviously still in it. They're winning. They've got a goal advantage, but they haven't played a lot of offense here lately, and that's not necessarily, that's not their favorite. They definitely enjoy playing offense. Here's McKenna, head up. Here's a ground ball. It's got to be contested.
Another skill cue that I think can be huge in manipulating a zone is utilizing pump fakes.
Absolutely.
Pumping the rotation and getting your shot off that way.
Yeah, the box fake, or the sky whammy, as we call it in the biz, allows you to move the defense, allows you to force them to rotate. Who is this? Loftus, head up. Nice interception there.
ESD is struggling to find good possessions here in the second half. Again, the Eagles today defensively without their starting long stick middie, Ben Kelly, and a starting defenseman, Loyola commit, Foster Huggins. Center wreaking havoc in the middle of the field.
What are they going to call here? Special shout-outs to people who are following us online. The Mr. Lambert, giving us a note. Believes that the Capel Jesuit game is going to largely be decided by momentum and the face-off game. I would agree with him, but I think Capel might have an advantage there. Zachary Pitts, Nakai hasn't been taking a lot of draws, been mostly Mr. Rooney, and Mr. Jeffrey Reddish, also a legend. Listening to T. Wooder and myself on the play-by-play, you know. Oh, here's a little drive.
Richie Loftus.
Richie Loftus gets to pretty much wherever he wants to on the field.
Fights through a double team, gets to the middle of the field. Rack City.
That's it. Richie Loftus, little Chelsea dagger in the background.
Last year throughout ESD State playoff run, number 7 was Mr. Clutch. Huge goal against Jesuit in the state semifinals. He loves having the ball in his stick at big moments. High school quarterback, starting goalie on the soccer team, 3-sport captain. He loves responsibility.
That was a quality that, they needed that one. They needed that one. It's tough to say where the momentum is at in this game. Obviously, the Woodlands is maintaining possession, but this has kind of been obviously, as we said, a game of runs, a little back and forth. Woodlands has the ball again. 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. ESD is up 9-7. Woodlands has definitely, I wouldn't say they've solved it, but they definitely have a plan on how to attack this zone.
Much more active here in the second half, and at the beginning of that second quarter, you got guys cutting, rotating in off the crease. Where in that first quarter, I felt like there was a decent amount of standing around for the Woodlands. They seem to have found a little groove here, a little rhythm offensively.
I'd like to see them seal a little bit more. There's Tyler Murphy. You
mentioned it before, Anthony. Changing levels is so huge, making the goalie move. Low to low, high to high shots on a solid keeper like number 44, Charlie Sykes, are typically not going to go.
Yeah, that was a great play there by Richie Loftus, attacking that ground ball. Rooney stepped over, and then Loftus was able to carry it. There's Nakai Montgomery
13.
again beating his man on impact. At this point, got to move the goalie on that one. Got to move the goalie. He went again there to that near side. Was dispossessed. Richie Loftus again with the ball. Romano. That's why he, that's why he's the man right there from the shooting spot. Sticks it top right. Failure to clear the ball by the Woodlands, get the ball off the carpet. Romano's reminding everybody that it's important to relax every once in a while. This is the first time we've heard of him in the goal scoring column, but that was a crucial goal. 10-7 up now. ESD, 43 seconds left in the third quarter.
Some steam behind that one.
Yeah,
like a Chili's hot plate.
That's it, like a Chili's hot plate.
You know what I'm talking about.
You heard it here first. A little fajita tray, maybe some sizzle. Everybody knows where Romano's going to shoot. It's going to be right up in one of the top corners. But, it's all about the ability to stop it. There's McKenna getting to the rack, threw it at the feet, Sykes up to the task. There's 17 seconds left here. Nice little play there by Cole Johnson. Big turn by David Kerrigan. You want to see David Kerrigan roll away with that. Here's Riley Spradlin coming in with a finish. 4 seconds left here in the quarter. Clearing the ball the right way has been something that we have talked about the entirety of the broadcast. When you don't do it, it makes it tough. And that was another, failed clear attempt. Turns into a goal.
Offensive units like the Woodlands and ESD, you do not want to give them second chances.
No, and that's actually, how the last 2 goals have happened. Right there, I'd like to see David Kerrigan take that ball, big turn, but he's trying to get the ball out of the zone. That was actually, he was just trying to move the ball upfield. You need some communication there from your goalie. Use me or big turn, roll away, over. Everything is a function of communication. But just like that, we're at the end of the third quarter. ESD is up 10-8. Game of runs, zone defense, failure to clear the ball, extended possessions by the Woodlands. ESD, though, still in the driver's seat. How did they get here, Thomas?
A huge start, a 6-1 start to the game that they've kind of maintained that lead throughout. Woodlands has nipped at their heels, coming within a goal, but ESD has maintained that lead, and that 6-1 start was absolutely critical.
Yeah, I would agree. That's pretty much been what it's all about so far. Since then, Woodlands has been battling back. ESD, with their limited possession time, has still found opportunities to finish. They're not necessarily even getting as many shots. They're just finishing on more of them. They're getting quality shots. They have quality players. Richie Loftus, not scared to put the whole team on his back. Literally, maybe put even part of the Woodlands team on his back. Get to quality spots in the paint. And then always head up, distributing, finishing. He had 2 quality goals. Right now, the scoring breakdown goes Preston Crow with a goal, Will Stroud with a goal, Nakai Montgomery, sensational freshman. He's got 3 goals, a hattie. Let's see, Jack Barry, he's got 2, Loftus with 1, Romano with 1. For the Woodlands, McCanna had the first one. Mr. Casey, number 23, Graham Casey, he's got a hat trick. Brian Welling with 1, Murphy with 1, Anthony Biggie Good with 1, Riley Spradlin with 1 right there with 4 seconds left. It's 10-8. It's anybody's ball game. I'll be excited to see if the big boys can get it going here on the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter, it's time for the knowns to make plays. Who's going to step up?
Yeah, and making a play, it can mean a couple of things. It can obviously mean, putting the biscuit in the basket. But it can also mean making your teammates better. That's the great sign of a great player, the ability to make your teammates better. But it's all going to start with ground balls here, and Kyle Glaseman gets a tough one. But then, Fitz comes out. It's on the sideline. It's going Woodlands ball. Kyle Glaseman getting his glove back on. They move the ball over to McCanna. The rangy midfielder / attackman. Romano's on him. Apply some pressure. ESD back in the zone. McCanna behind, looking to distribute. Head up. Moves the ball over the top. Murph lets it go. Murphy and McCanna, sensational talents out of the Woodlands. Here's T. Murph right here. Gets the ball. Moves the ball. Gus Pinsino. Haven't heard much from him yet. Maybe an assist. Head up. Looks inside. Adam Lowell. Big save by Sykes, the sophomore. Wow.
Sykes. No, sir.
Yeah, that was crucial. Sykes has made a couple of really big saves on the crease. If I'm talking to Adam Lowell right now, I'm telling him, you got to move the goalie. Got to move him. That's what it's all about, guys. Moving the goalie. Get comfortable with it when you're moving the goalie. You can score on goalies in practice. Okay, can you move them? If you can move them, then you can score in games, which is what it's all about. Here's Preston Crow with the ball over the top, being guarded by freshman Grant Murphy. Tyler Murphy's younger brother.
Romano short stick, likes this. Quick double. Handles the pressure well. There's that box influence.
Yeah. This is Montgomery pulling it out. I'm not sure if he wants to go right at McCanna right there. But this could be fun. This could be a nice little offensive defensive matchup. McCanna is known for his offensive prowess, but defensively he can shut it down.
5A wide receiver in football. He's telling Montgomery right now, I've seen athletes like you before.
That's right. Here's Romano carrying over the top. Little hedge there. Bears down right by Hayes. On the run. Sandifer up to the task. Oh, here we go with a little end line look, don't you think?
Woodland settling back into his zone, ready for it. No pick game inside this time. Let's see if they release out of it. And they're staying in zone. Shooter Barry, you got to get out to his hands. This is his soft spot on this wing.
So right now, what you want to do is you want to overload this zone. Right now, ESD's in a 1-3-2 from behind. The Woodlands, they're in kind of like a, I would say a pentagon in one. All right, so kind of just inverted almost, the shapes. Right now, want to be able to bring the top ESD guy over a little bit towards Shooterberry. Here we go, little rotation, cut the middle, overlap. Again, overlapping. Fitz, we're going to want to see him in that left hand there. There's a shot at the feet by Montgomery. A quality take, but not one that's going to finish. Here's Loftus with a nice little ground ball. Head up, throws it over the top. Quality handle by Montgomery. Does a good job as a freshman. Balances and possesses. Throws his hands. Let's reset the possession. 8:28 left here in the fourth quarter. ESD up 10-8 by the Woodlands. So now you have to start to think, if I'm the Woodlands, do I want to play a zone? Because what the Woodlands zone is doing is it's allowing ESD to possess. Now, we haven't heard any, keep it in, get it in, shot clock being thrown on, because a lot of times the zone defense is passive, so it's tough to, hold an offense accountable for that.
I did just see a little nonverbal communication between Mr. Fitzsimmons and the other official. I think if ESC doesn't start pressing it, wow. Oh, nice little toe drag by Barry. Nifty little move.
Nifty indeed.
And with that, I have won the race to Nifty. Shout out to Booker Corrigan.
Legend, Booker Corrigan. He's pretty much the reason why we do this, because he makes this look real good. Maybe one day we'll be able to get him on board down in Texas, fly him down. I'm sure we got a parent who can make that happen. Right now, 7:25 left here in the fourth quarter. Woodlands zone defense theater. Shooterberry able to get to the next level. A little cut the middle, a little overlap it again. Trying to move the guys out of the zone. Maybe we'd like to see a seal here. Maybe a super overload. What you want to see is if the Woodlands are going to play the man on the first pass. Right now they're definitely well aware. There's a shot, ricochet. But as long as ESD continues to get shots here, there's a look. Oh man, chase though behind. Wow, that was a gift.
Tough call.
That was a gift.
Tough call for Green here.
That was a gift. Wrapped up nicely. I
think officials sometimes forget it's closest to the ball, not the end line.
Officials forget a lot of things, but that's part of the game. Right now, if you're on defense, are you going to hang out in this zone? We've seen the Eagles just be content with moving the ball around the horn, getting quality shots. Here's Romano dodging. They got a guy ready to slide. Force inside. If I'm trying to get that ball down there to Loftus. You got them rotating. You don't need to score there immediately. It's a war of attrition when you're playing a zone defense.
It's also harder to force an offense into a stall call or a shot clock when you're in a zone, because you're not doing anything. So the offense, it may look like the offense isn't doing anything, but the appearance of a stall is not there when you're playing a zone defense.
Correct. And now here, Woodlands enjoying their first possession. Gonna take a TO. 5:41 here left in the fourth. I'm Anthony Crimmins. He's Thomas Wood. It's 10-8. ESD up. Wow, we've seen some quality action today. We've seen a handful of zone, and it's forced people to make adjustments. All right. Right now, if I'm on the Woodland sideline, I feel good about attacking the zone. I'd like to see them continue to seal. I'd like to see them attack from behind. They're doing a good job rotating. If I'm ESD, I don't think I'm shutting McCann off, because when he was shut, he did a pretty good job sealing the zone, sealing different guys. What are you thinking there, Thomas?
I'm curious to see what they come out in here. Coach Kennedy not afraid to throw a little junk defense in there out of timeouts. His defensive coordinator, Jonathan Reeder, another ESD alum, have shown some wrinkles out of timeouts. Woodlands may be setting up for a couple plays. You get them out of their element a little bit, scrap what they set up in that timeout. So let's see what ESD comes out here. They could come out and throw in man. Mix it up a little bit here.
Special shout out from Logan McCullough, D-Select alum, watching along at home. We're obviously trying to have people watch this great game here in this great state. It's a great game for people to watch. Spread the word. Stick Star Productions, we're going to be all over the place during this season. It's going to be pretty awesome. We're going to be bringing you some live coverage. So tell everyone, we're getting the band back together. And right now we've got the ones with the ball. Sean Canada down the outside, got them all through X to again, we've got a little 30 left. Enjoying the ball, moving it around the inside. Up front, Mullen. Full box fake. Over to McKenna. Here's a little seal off ball, little step down trap door.
Skip over the top.
That was a good look against the zone. A little seal, a little step down trap door. Gus gets to the next level, gets to a tough spot on the field, able to maintain possession. McKenna with the ball. They're in a little 1-4-1 look here. Two guys on the crease. Gus drags the man, looking to push. Ball side cut, over the top.
Huge ground ball here, huge.
Deflected. Oh, shooter Barry. Nice little check there by Fitz. Oh, great GB by Kyle again.
Good stick, Sean McKenna.
Sean pushes the edge. Lowell. Red. 4:17 left. ESD up 10-8. Patriot Cup. THSLL interdistrict play. Lowell with the ball.
Unbelievable early season matchup here. Two fantastic programs facing off in a great venue. 75 degrees, high and sunny today in Dallas. What's not to like?
Wow. Ooh. That was a little bit of an override there by by one of the refs. They gave it goalie ball.
Mr. Fitzsimmons from the midfield line.
So right now we got to see ESD clear the ball the right way. It's been an adventure. Here's Mono carrying the ball. Grant Murphy, freshman, all over him. On a little lumber. 340. What good enough for them to have to apply full pressure? Regionals. Just pass the ball.
What are you doing here? You're up by 2, 3 minutes left. Do you play to win here and one more and try to get it out of the Woodlands way, or do you hold it?
If I'm with the way that the shot clock rules work now, I'm going to try to apply some pressure, but the way I'm going to do it is just like this. I'm going to walk somebody down. Now, what I might do as a defensive tactic is I might throw somebody over the midfield stripe. All right, but if I'm going to turn the ball over, I'm going to turn the ball over behind the goal. If I'm talking to Preston Crow right there, I'm not looking for him to move the ball over the top. Okay, because they're not really initiating here. Okay, they're throwing the ball around. I'm going to have a short stick with the ball down low. We're probably not going to move the ball over the top anymore. That's how I'm going to attack it. Now, and see, that's settling. That's settling for a shot. That's at the feet. That's a turnover. That's transition going the other way if we can clear the ball right.
Gosh, we've said it before, and there's another failed.
And that's you have all on the way to clear. ED working, especially in the 2 weeks. They're they have a season. But they're what you know, you're going through the gauntlet a little bit, and you're learning. I know those are things coach managers are going to show is right on the huddle and throughout the
stat line that just game so far from a team that ESD against Westlake spent much of the third quarter man down, allowed Westlake to get back in the game. A Woodlands squad that I know over the past 2 games has spent almost a full quarter in the penalty box, and that is something that these two teams have clearly controlled, and maybe the zones to play for that. Not as much aggressive defending, but good discipline by both these units to stay out of the box.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable. Woodlands took a considerable amount of penalties against Capel last week. Pretty incredible. I don't think I've seen a game without a penalty, but they're playing a clean game, which means that they value each other as opponents. This isn't a chippy game. We'll see chippy games. I would imagine that we'll see a chippy game later on this afternoon when Capel takes on Jesuit. But right now, we got 2:08, Woodlands with the ball, ESD in the zone, and I'm trying to get something early. I'm trying to overload a side. I'm trying to seal a man. I'm trying to carry people out of their zone and then look to move the ball back into the zone. Right there, a little rotation. Don't take care of the ball. Stick in the passing lane. David Kerrigan.
A successful clear here for ESD could all but seal this game.
But they haven't been able to do that really with much ease today. So here's again to the middle of the field. With the ball, Brian over the back. Timeout.
Winston Guillory, member of ESD last year, had taken the season off focus football, came back this year and makes an absolute fantastic play.
Yep. Thomas Fitz, also a quality football player, football athlete. He's a starting attackman. He's been in the duration of the game. Now again, it's 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. ESD up. They take a timeout. Right now, the Woodlands is going to have to apply tons of pressure all over the field. Wasted opportunity on offense, especially with the fact that it was a turnover due to failed complete pass. One of the keys to victory against the zone, which we talked about earlier, is our ability to complete tons of passes. They needed to complete that last pass, and they weren't able to do it. So now, ESD, everything in their favor, likely going to see a double team on the ball. I'm giving the ball to Romano here out of the timeout. I'm going to tell him to be an athlete and run away from pressure. And it's going to be tough for the Woodlands. The Woodlands has obviously hung around and played hard and, had some success against the zone. So they're right there. This would be a massive early win for ESD. A ton of practice. Quality players. Kai Montgomery bursting onto the scene. Patrick is a freshman. And massive game. Interesting.
Short step early on. Did not respect him. They did not decide him and hit him back.
Yeah. Early and often.
Great defensive senior guy on him. Handles it up on a deep play.
What a play. So that's quality. You have your guys over. There's Kyle Glazeman. Everything about that was awesome. But again, a turnover. Kyle Glazeman makes a great play. Now we got Adam Lowell carrying it to the alley. Better be ready to rotate. He settles. Hot. Spikes. I would have liked to see him bang the ball down there to go on somebody. That they don't have one slide ready. And here's another timeout. 1 minute left.
So last year, the Super Bowl, this game is not over.
That's right. 1 minute left with the ball. That's what was going to happen here. Great adjustment to coach Kennedy. Sensational. nothing to do with the goal. Has everything to do with creating a turnover and a bad spot on the field, giving his team another opportunity to get back on the board.
We talked about it at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Senior guys, Glaceman making a play, keeping his team in it. We certainly got our money's worth today.
Yeah, definitely. It's fun to have fun. You know, it's fun to have fun, and great venue here for lacrosse. SMU's Gerald Ford Stadium. I gotta say that, you know, for the first game that we've ever done, I think we nailed it. You know, I think we nailed it. Obviously, it's a work in progress, but we're going to continue to get better. We're going to continue to get better at bringing you live stream games. Our next game, you know, we were going to do the HPD2 versus the Flower Mound game today, but, you know, I got news in from the boss that we had to go and watch the Capel Jesuit game. All right, and I'm the boss, so that's why we're doing it, because it's going to be a ridiculously awesome game, and I'm going to be there to watch it.
And don't let that D2 moniker fool you. Flower Mound and Highland Park can both play.
Yeah, definitely at a high level. So now here we go. 1 minute left. Woodlands with the ball.
ESD staying in zone.
Clear through. Move the ball through X. Attack the backside. Head up. Lull. Shooting spot. Save.
Massive save. Can ESD clear the ball? I'd say it's a coin flip.
Yeah. It's an adventure, which is forcing Coach Kennedy to have palpitations, I'm sure.
Good, blessed. Maybe just a cheap here.
Yeah, I would just throw it to the corner. You got 30 seconds left. You don't want to make the ball over the top, all the way down. Shooter Barry, working for the ball. Glaze, another quality play. Checked out of bounds.
Staying white.
Staying white. Loftus should just be content with carrying the ball behind. Doesn't really want to carry it over the top. Just like that. Big turn. Keeps the ball behind. Throws it to a spot. Doesn't really matter. It's all fairly academic. This ESD's going to get this one. ESD's going to get this one. 10-8. Quality victory against the Woodlands here at the Patriot Cup.
Diversity on the score chart today for both teams. ESC getting 3 big ones from number 13 to Kai Montgomery.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I'm gonna have to say that Stick Star Man of the Match has to go to the young freshman, Kai Montgomery, with a standout effort here. Pretty unbelievable. First quarter, not scared of the moment. Turned the corner twice, lefty. Had another one later in the game, and you know, just what can you say about a freshman who's not afraid of the moment or the big stage?
Gotta love it. See some pre-huddle exchanges from some guys. Love seeing that.
Yeah, a little Brian Welling, Gab Gonsalves action. You know, the Woodlands obviously not necessarily pumped about how that turned out. They're not going to have a whole lot of time to relax. They've got an opportunity against a quality opponent tomorrow. They're going to need to regroup and be ready to, you know, make it happen. Jesuits obviously going to have a talented, you know, competition here tonight against Capel, but you know, we'll see. There's no time to relax. They're going to have another one tomorrow.
And hopefully that Jesuit Woodlands game will be as entertaining as our match today. I'm still impressed with the Woodlands. Still struggling to execute a little bit with the zone, but a hard-fought effort against an ESD team that's more or less in their backyard. I would say this is a home game for ESD. A lot of their faithful out watching today, slept in their own beds. But Woodlands, a good hard-fought loss. And, you know, this early in the season, you can't think it means too much.
Yeah, no, they're doing everything that they need to. They're getting quality experience, and that's what it's all about. You know, we appreciate you dialing it in. Stay tuned to us on the Twitter sphere. We're going to be bringing you that Capel Jesuit action. You know, and I appreciate everything. Thomas Wood, Great job for our initial run at it. Everybody's kind of hugging it out. This is the best part about it. You know, as we talked about, we obviously coach some select teams, and they're hugging it out. Good to see everybody. Spirited competition. That's what it's all about. For Thomas Wood, I'm Anthony Crimmins. We appreciate you dialing it in, and we'll actually see you this week when Highland Park takes on Southlake out at Dragon Stadium. Looking forward to it. Thank you very much.